march forward for a sustainable, safe and healthy world for all. Rise up, people of Mother Earth, end poverty in all its forms everywhere. Say no to poverty. Zero hunger means zero to starvation. No stomach shall slip empty. We are for the healthy life for all nations and promoting well-being for all at all ages. We are for quality education for every child in all corners of the world. For education is power, a key to escaping poverty. For money balls, to achieve
So, Mark-san, next time.
Yeah, the next event, next one is a plenary. It's a very important meeting. We are going to invite the Secretary General for Gloria, who is the co-organizer for this event. So we have been working for a long time discussing the collaboration between Gloria and music for SDGs to have this kind of event together. So bringing the music actually to enhance awareness and try to make the changes. It's not just like a music concert, but we are trying to use entertainments to make the change. So we are gonna change the world, we are gonna change the earth. So I would like to invite those people who are willing to do so and feel capable of doing so. And also the ambassador, our ambassador, like Gloria. So Gloria has been a very supporter for a long time. And actually she's helping me a lot in organizing this kind of things. And also she introduced a lot of key persons for me to be engaged in such events. So very, very nice. And also I also invited the Japanese speaker from the very fantastic innovative company. And then Mr. Takenoshita, we will hear the presentation from him, how this innovation actually potentially revolutionize the way that the earth will be built more sustainably. So I'd like to invite first Mr. Miroslav, the Secretary General, the co-organizer for this event, for the greeting. So thank you very much. He's from Vienna. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening and good morning to wherever you might be in the world. First, happy birthday to the United Nations, 75 years since its founding, and we are really happy to have the United Nations. And the United Nations has developed this compass towards a sustainable world, the Agenda 2030, the Sustainable Development Goals, and we really need to get everyone aware of these goals and finding ways to become engaged. And here, such an initiative like your Music for SDGs initiative is really so important and welcome. And my organization is really delighted to work with you on this initiative, on this today's concert, which is some kind of edutainment show. It is entertaining, it is creating positive emotions, and we've heard this choir, the Claremont Choir from Durban, with this rhythm and this powerful voices, really opening up our hearts and minds for this message of collaboration for a better world. And I was happy to see Wiseman speaking, and as he's also the conductor and the director of this choir, and he is also working with the city from Durban, and he's also our IAI Gloria representative in South Africa. So he's building these bridges, and it's also a demonstration of leadership of a young person who wants to do good and to do well, also by connecting their local communities with global networks and global resources. We need to help the United Nations and with our people power, and that's the mission of our initiative, our organization, and we are proud partner. Congratulate everyone. And with this, I give the word to Gloria, I think our mentor and thought leader, and who brought us also together with Mac in New York 2 years ago. And Gloria, please take the floor, and let's hear your thoughts and vision for this kind of work.
One, I am so honored and pleased and grateful to Mac Oksubo and to you, Mira Polsner, because you remembered me. So often when you put a lot of ideas and effort in projects like this, it's forgotten. It's sometimes your role is like building a castle in the sand, and somebody keeps the castle in the sand, but they blow your part in building the castle away. So I'm grateful to be included, and I'm particularly grateful to Mac, whom I've worked with for several years now, because Mac is unusual. Where I met him was at an important Japanese event with a lot of talent, a lot of Japanese songs, music, and dancing. Fortunately, I sat next to Max. And even though we just met, we sat there mutually enjoying the atmosphere of poetry, music, dance, intellectual, and no politics. And we meshed. Today, I see very often the different phrases, leave no one else behind. Well, it's not that easy. If the people who you would like to take with you don't cooperate, leave them behind. Take the ones, when you give them a chance and you give them initiative to jump on board with you, take them with you. But you cannot say, as has been repeated by many heads of state, leave no one behind. Everybody deserves their place in the sun, because all of us were raised against all of the gods. We all share the earth, the moon, everything together, no matter what our religion. But we also have to share energy somewheres, giving back and cooperating. So when Miro first told me what he was doing with youth, it was so far away from me. I'm quite old, as the French say, je suis une femme d'un certain âge. I'm 92. I was there at the beginning of the UN. I was there when it started in Lake Success. And as a young student, high school student, fortunately able to be taken by my principal of the Gardner School to forums of the United Nations already years ago, sponsored by the then World Telegram. And then, fortunately, the people from the United Nations, the original founders and administration of the Secretariat, were interested, like we're interested in all of you kids. I was the same age. I was 17, more or less the age of this audience. But I grabbed it. I was given an opportunity, and I prepared myself, and I went. And then I realized to work with the United Nations, you need to communicate. It's a lot of talk, but you need to be able to answer with the talk, and you need to get the initiative. So I'm suggesting to every young person here, study languages, the key languages, which are very, very important today. And as I said, I'm so grateful to Mac, and I don't want to talk too much, but I'd like to say to Mira, it's very important. Everybody mentions the initials of your organization. Would you please say what they stand for without the initials? Miro, I think it's important. The initials get lost, but the flags are what you are and how you are. Please tell them what the initials stand for.
Thank you very much. Yeah, GLOCHA stands for Global Challenges. And this is the understanding that no matter which country, which religion, age, sex you are, these global challenges like climate change and now also this coronavirus pandemic, they are uniting us. We are a community of destiny, and we have to join forces. We have to really act as one, joining forces, joining resources, energy and music to really be effective in addressing these challenges. And that's what GLOCHA stands for. You see it also here. And one of our key messages is give youth a chance. Yeah, it is. We are calling this people who engage in this kind of action, GLOCHA angels also. It was when one of our delegates stood like this in front of the ocean and really somehow blessed it and got blessed by the ocean. We had the inspiration, this kind of people could be called GLOCHA angels. And Mac also at a certain point said he's also a GLOCHA angel. And Aya Takeuchi is also somehow connected with us, and yeah, and Gloria had her own thoughts about this, but
We
I
don't
think
always agree, but that's what it's all about. It's, you don't have to agree with everything I say or Max says or Miro says, but you get ideas, and conversation is pro quid pro quo. I say something to you, you don't like what I said. If you're polite, you can
I liked
answer,
it. It was
not answer
inspiring.
back, but you can discuss. Diplomacy is very important for every one of us. Diplomacy and manners. May I please? Thank you if somebody gives you something. I'm grateful if somebody helps you, not just nodding your head and accepting these things. It's a blessing to have friends. And as I said, I told you how many years I've been around. More and more I've learned, especially for these young people, to be correct, to respect the people who are helping you, who are advising you. And some of them, if you're resentful, and you know, Miro, that's why he said we disagree. He says that some of his troops are angels. I'm no angel. I've done a lot of things in my life I don't want to tell you, but I have other things I've done. I want you to pat me on my back. So to be discreet and show what you want to show, and because every time we come any place, any of us, we have to be ready to communicate and to have action. And I want to say something which amazes me. Mac is not in the theatrical business, but is already producing, not secretly, but to a small audience, off-Broadway shows, singing, dancing, poetry. That's his real love and talent. He loves to work and he loves to represent his company and bring in the gravy, but his secret love is this concert, and he's put a lot of blood and time and action in it. Thank you, Mac, again for the honor of allowing me to express myself. And thank you, Mira.
Thank you.
Thank you, Serenity.
Yeah.
Serenity Virtual Productions, which I represent in the United States. And also I represent the ALAF, the Saudi wire services. So I'm hoping, if this is not already on its way to Saudi Arabia, that we can put this and give it to the wire service to distribute all the world throughout Saudi Arabia and the Middle East. And once again, it's a great honor and pleasure to have been allowed to participate.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very, very
and
much.
I believe, I could be wrong, but I think George Wen is on board. George Wen is PeaceeverTV, and I'm a chairman of his, co-chairman of his foundation. And PeaceeverTV goes to China and all over the world, but it's non-political, 100% based in America. Thank you again to George Wen for being on board. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. So.
Thank you very much.